He's alive.
Should I call in a medevac?
He doesn't appear to be injured, although I don't know how he survived.
Worry about that later. I'm reading fettel transmitter near that position. We gotta take that fucker out, fast. Jen, keep looking for Jankowski. I'm still reading his life signs.
You can't send him in alone, that's crazy.
He can take care of himself. Now move.
Be careful in there.
Hello folks, Max18363 here, and this is part 4, I believe, of my F.E.A.R. Halloween walkthrough. So we got a little minute or two before we get to some combat, so I was just going to take a little moment just to talk about the demo for F.E.A.R. I was going to do that in a previous vid, but I just simply ran out of time, so here we go. Dialogue's not important, I'll just talk over it. So, when the demo for F.E.A.R. was released, I quite often feel that demos sometimes get a bit neglected for games. It's a shame because it's especially important for PC gamers, I feel, because it's a good chance to see how the game runs, basically. I mean, we have to worry about things like memory and processors and all this stuff. And when F.E.A.R. was first released, it was a bit of a system hog. Like back in the day, it did require a fairly beefy rig to play, so the demo was quite important because it gave me a chance to see if my computer could run it, which thankfully it did. But I always found it interesting because the demo, most demos are simply the first level or two of a game, whereas what Monolith did for the F.E.A.R. demo was simply they took bits and pieces out of a few different levels and sort of moulded it together to create an almost new level. And if I recall correctly, it was just mainly lots and lots of scary sections, and so the demo as a result was absolutely bloody terrifying. And I remember reading some forums about it at the time, and I think a lot of people agreed with that. The demo for F.E.A.R. was pretty creepy, but I think it kind of deceived a few people because a lot of people seemed to think that when the main game came out, it was going to be like the demo, like scary all the way through, which unfortunately isn't really the case. I mean, F.E.A.R., if you're actually capable of emotion, F.E.A.R. is a pretty scary game, but I just can't help but feel that most of the frights come in the first third of the game. After that, it kind of just turns into more of an action blastathon, basically, especially once you get to the Armacan headquarters itself. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because combat is certainly one of F.E.A.R.'s fortes, shall we say. Combat is pretty freaking awesome in this game, even if it is 5 years old. I still think it impresses. But like I say, I think the demo tricked a lot of people out into thinking that it was just going to be like constant scare after scare, and that's not really the case, especially once you get past the first few levels. This is actually one of the scary sections that was in the demo. This part's quite notorious amongst F.E.A.R. fans. Down in, well, I guess you could call it a sewer. And the first time I saw that scene right there, we just saw Alma run across the screen there. Oh my goodness. I swear to goodness, the first time I played this bit, it took me like a minute, maybe even 2 minutes, to work up the courage to go round that corner. Oh, there she was again. I think Alma just wants a hug, to be honest with you. I think she just needs some TLC. So yeah. So that was all I had to say about that. It's just a shame that demos they seem to be a bit of a non-entity these days now. It's, I don't know. Well, I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that. Okay. Everybody misses that medkit. I always find that funny. Nobody thinks to climb down that ladder into this little trough here. Everybody misses that kit. rooms that hang about in this area, but they're normally all in this room. I think I got a bit deceived because when I flung the grenade through that door, I thought I'd got them all. And then as I investigate, I realised there's only 2 corpses, and I'm like, where did the other 2 go? And then I hear that radio call, and I'm like, oh, the other 2 are coming. And I think I stand here for like 10 seconds waiting for them to appear, and they don't show. That's one of the cool things about F.E.A.R. You can play through the same part again, and it will play out completely differently from how it did last time, if that makes sense. Because I actually played this level earlier, before I recorded it, just to refresh myself, and when I went through this section, all 4 guys were in this one room, and I just took them all out in one fell swoop, whereas this time there's only 2, and the other 2 are hiding behind the corner. That's what I love about F.E.A.R. It's that kind of unpredictable element. The fights never pan out exactly the same. But I got him eventually. This is another little kind of secret area. Reflex booster, but yeah. By this point in the game you should have collected a good, I think that's the 3rd reflex booster in the game, I think. Like I've said before, there's usually always at least 1 in every level. And they're usually kind of out of the way a little bit, kind of off the beaten track a little bit. You wouldn't just sort of find them lying around anywhere. You do need to have a bit of a hunt around sometimes. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that was everything I needed to say for this vid, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. So till the next time, peace out.